Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks Part 2. This video has only been out a day and somebody's asked me how I drew that. Well, I did not draw this. The gentleman that sent me the file had this. Well, he actually had two copies. He must watch my videos and does two copies. So they're the same, so we're just going to delete that one. This is a 10-inch circle. Pretty sure it's a 2-inch. And that is a 2-inch circle. So he did good. So we're going to take a 10-inch circle. It doesn't have to be probably perfectly 10-inch, but then I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate and make the next one too. And the reason he probably did that is so when he blends it, they'll be mathematically maybe more correct. So we're going to go to Effects and Blend, and we're going to blend 3 times, and we get that right there. Now, I would immediately go to Object and break the blend apart. But then I would group it together, Control G. Now, there are 2 ellipses, and the lines have to be touching. So let's see, the best way to do this would be to make a duplicate. Grab that inside corner is going to hit the other one. So I'm going to grab right there, holding down the control button, and I'm going to have it snap to right there. And if you see if I remove this other one, it would probably be easier. Now I'm going to Control G or Control D or just hit the plus key of the keyboard. And this one is going right through the middle. And if you notice, I mean, I had to really look at it. All the lines are going through the other lines, or very close. I think they're close enough for the example. Now, he smart filled it. Is one way to do it, and it's probably the easier way. It's, if you watch part 1, that's the downside of the smart fill tool. The downside of taking it and virtually deleting the lines is you're going to get a better feel because you're going to fill it all in, but we've already figured out how to do it. So I would smart fill it, especially for a beginner and I'm a beginner on this one because I don't know exactly how it's going to look. The only thing I do know that we're going to have a bunch of little bitty parts filled in. So I'm going to fill in this circle and then go this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and look at it and see I missed that part right there and maybe even hit that part. Our lines aren't perfect. Whoop. So we have a little leak there. That's because it's leaking in here. So here's a good little trick. We'll fill that one in and then fill that one in and then take this one away and see if it didn't work. And it worked. Now at this time you could take that away and weld it, but we're going to go in and finish it with that same color. So I'm going to get the Smart Fill tool and I'm going to just fill in these circles. We're going to have the same problem that we did on the other one because I might even make another video to see if I can't make the circles perfect. And that time I didn't have to do anything fancy. Ooh, see, that's how I would do it, delete it, and then go through here and delete. But we're going to continue with the Smart Fill tool. And see, if you deleted that part, you could delete these little bitty parts and you wouldn't have that trouble. As a matter of fact, I think on the other one, I did not put that circle with those lines. I must have done something wrong. So to make this work, I'm going to have to Control C to copy that just in case I want it. And I'm going to get out, find and replace. I'm going to go ahead and select the blue. You can see down here is blue. Go to Edit, Find and Replace. I hit Step and Repeat. Edit, Find and Replace. I'm going to turn that off. From Selection, so it selected that blue. Find All, Control G to group it. That's pretty important because that way you can move it out of the way. And this time I would really look at it to make sure we got it right. Now the center part, that's why I wanted that other one. So I'm going to control paste this back so I have an example of what he did. This one looks a little bit trickier in the middle. And my suggestion was go ahead and use a separate color. I'll go ahead and use the colors he used. And we've skipped a joint. So we're going to go this way. And then I'd get about this far and I'd stop. And then I would do the other ones to kind of get to that middle. Because that middle, to me, looks a little confusing. But we're just going to continue this around. And, oh, there we go. Now we're going to have a lot to fill in. See all these little parts that the Smart Fill tool didn't get. You need them all, or you're going to have little. That one worked pretty good. That one worked good, and that one worked good. Let's verify that they're, see right there, you're going to need that one. That's probably the advantage of the Smart Fill tool. I'm not going to worry about that other line, but I do want to get all these, and now there's a mistake. So here again, we're going to try that example. We're going to fill that. So I have a leak. No way, two ways about it. And if he would have drawn it in hairlines, this would have been a lot easier to detect. And that's all grouped together. Well, you know what? Let me check his Smart Fill. Yeah, he has none, so that shouldn't have mattered. Now, one thing we can do in this case that's not going to hurt anything, see it's filling in that, is we could take a 2-point line and just put it right here. And I would draw in hairlines if I was you. Now, that line won't really matter. That was just to stop it. So that's a good little trick right there. I'm going to try to get rid of that line. And it did not show up. I think we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this again. And now I'm going to grab that blue from selection, find all, Control G to group. And if you remember, I didn't change my nudge and I moved everything. You know, and this might even be good enough. I can't see the lines between them. I don't know about printing. All I know about is engraving. I would definitely go in and clean that up just in case they're there. So we're going to do just like we did on part 1. We're going to take this, this is a continuation, just make a box. We'll go and use that blue, but it doesn't really matter. And there's our inside. So here's our new one without any lines. And we're good to go. Now the other one is a little bit, not more difficult, but you got to do it a couple of steps because you got to get the inside and the outside. So I would do the inside, nudge it over, do the outside, nudge it over, and then we'll go ahead and change to that blue and do that. What did I do with I must have deleted my little blue one, little light blue. And there we have it. And then that way there are no lines, just the outline. And I see a little bit of a hiccup right there. That's one kind of an advantage or disadvantage. You can barely see it there, but somewhere in our drawing. And what you can always do, because we have this and we've nudged and not moved, we can move it back to our graphic. And there it is right there that I did not fill in. Now, we're going to have to kind of go back. I somehow had 2 copies. I wouldn't have thought that blue would have come with it. See, there's a cleaner version. There's the one with the little hiccup. So this is going to be our keeper. Now it looks good. It must have self-welded. And then put that in there, put you a black box around it. I don't know why I like doing that, but it just, to me, it makes it pop out. Anyway, so I hope it helped two people with that one, the one that wanted to know how to draw it, and it's pretty simple. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.